Hello, welcome back to Kerbin Space Program. Let's see, in the last episode we started rolling out the second attempt at launching the ScanSat station thingy, but before that we have to perform the additional maneuvers on the resupply mission in Minmus orbit. So let's head there first. Between episodes I also made some minor change to forced reactivation of one of the antennas on the Minmus Sat mission. If you remember, that was something weird happening there with remote tech last time. So this will be fixed, hopefully. I haven't checked, but it should be okay. Let's see, this one has good connection for this maneuver. Well, let's execute. I have to check, maybe the mission is still in orbit here. Yeah, it now has connection again. So it should be okay. 1.7 meter correction for the inclination, I guess. And then we can match velocities. Well, 10 meters. Yeah, that was a little, well, let's create this now 12 meters, make sure we are subtracting a full second there just to be sure safe. And that's in 15 minutes, so let's also execute this one. Oh, yeah, that's a reasonably safe direction. Okay. We have action groups here. Something. Well, I don't want to touch this if it doesn't say what it is. It's probably just the panels, but first thing, shut down the engines. Just to avoid accidents. And now let's see which docking port. I will use this one. Yeah, that's probably the easiest one to go for. So let's retract the panels. Okay. Take this around. Give me that. Okay, fine controls. That should be far enough back. Should rotate over, just so we could theoretically at least use the panels. Okay, that's about right, so let's approach. I guess we can stop correcting and just drift in for docking. Let's hope it doesn't wiggle too much. Well, that's okay. Actually, let's have a look. What is the current part count here? Part count 143. Okay, remove. So, what did we all... Okay, first of all, mission completed for the resupply run. Next, what did we bring? Monopropellant. Monopropellant. Oh yes, lots of monopropellant because that's used for the lander. Let's see, where's the tanks? Definitely this tank open. Life support? No. That's RCS, yes. I need to lose this one out of there. Guess we can also open the oh, the lander tank is already full. This one we could open. Get this again out. I guess I will have to perform some more landings before we can decommission this resupply craft. Okay, that's about all that we can transfer right now, I believe. Hello. So everything except the tanks on the resupply mission is full. That's good. What else did we bring? Do we have anything in inventory here? No. We have supplies, so let's also transfer supplies. Well, let's just put them there, I guess. From one port star to the other. So that's emptied. This, I don't care. A little bit more propellant there and a lot still in the supply tank. Oh well. How's the science here doing? 42, yeah, I will take care of that later. Unless, yeah, there's not even enough room for something new. Hey, good. I believe that's all we can do here until I've landed a couple more times. Of course, if necessary and if we need the docking port, we could always undock the supply craft, move it to a slightly different orbit and bring it back later. That is an option. However, it's time for our second try at the ScanSat station. Let's see whether it remembered the launch profile. No, it did not. Okay. 88 degrees and 10 degrees of final flight path angle. And let's say arm all the way until number 1. That's, yeah, okay. Once you're dusk, doesn't matter. Are we clear of the clamps? Reasonably clear. Engage autopilot. Oh, of course, 754. And let's go. Much more lively launch this time because of the additional solid rocket boosters, which have not been throttled down. We could throttle down the main engine a little bit. But the SRBs are burned out quickly, so it's... we should have throttled down. That's way too fast for this altitude. Yeah. Pretty much losing half a G on... drag. That's not good. It'll be interesting to see whether we make it this time or whether this also is a failure. We did add a couple 100 meters per second, so we should still have enough to actually bring the station into orbit, but we might not have enough left to deorbit the second stage. Let's have a look at the flight path. We are way above the flight path. Well, at least we get to ditch the bearings now. And that is 5 solid rocket boosters. But it's looking a lot better. Should probably split the stage separation and the activation of this engine should we ever launch this again, but it's okay. Now somewhere here should be antennas. Yes. Action groups. No action groups. Interesting. Okay. Activate and activate. We do have this one, so it's not like we are at risk, but okay, yeah, that's a lot better, I would say. Definitely enough fuel this time. Maybe there was something else wrong last time, I'm not sure. In any case, let's bring these numbers back. Also, we don't need, well, doesn't matter. Go up. And we should be able to start all of the scans. That's the first stage, the core stage. A tiny bit of monopropellant for any station keeping we might want to do. And I would say that's a pretty decent orbit. Now we only need to deorbit the second stage. Let's see. Actually, let's turn a little bit for this. We'll need to burn in roughly this direction. So let's decouple now. And turn the satellite all the remaining way. Yeah, that's okay. And let's try to turn this to retrograde all the way, please. Yes. And deorbit this stage. Wow, that's a lot of delta V left. Well, of course. We are now so light. This was a 2-ton vessel before. This is actually quite capable. Okay, now can't switch back anymore. We will have to go via the map view, but this one will safely deorbit. Now, there's my satellite. There, switch to. Okay. Now, should we call this a station? No, I don't think so. It's still a scanning satellite, but it's also not a relay. It really is a probe. So let's keep it as a probe. And let's double check that these ScanSats are working. Small map. Maybe not the small map, maybe the big map. So that's altimetry. And we are in this orbit. Let's go to biome now. And we started scanning biomes. Excellent, so that's working. Which also means, in theory, we could deorbit the other ScanSat. And let's actually rename this to something. What shall we name it? So this is a Kerbin surveillance station, I guess, / ScanSat, something like that. Can I remove this? No, can't remove this from the staging anymore. Okay. Well, doesn't matter. We have antennas out, we have everything well in order. Good. Should we deorbit the other satellite? I would say so, yes, if we still can. And what's this? That's the lower-res ScanSat. The high-res ScanSat, or maybe we'll leave them. This gives us actually quite some decent polar coverage for communications, and we can always deorbit them later. Overall, I'm happy with having the correct ScanSat now, and soon we will have a biome map of Kerbin. Excellent. Now let's see, this one is going to re-enter soon. What else is happening? Station core is still 2 days out. Before that we have all of these re-entries. we are about 20 minutes in. Okay. So you don't need that one. Yeah, let's just recover these, I guess. Also, how far out are we from Valentina's next maneuver? Still 30 days out. Okay. But we are getting closer to that. I've been considering sending more probes, unmanned missions to do more of the, well, capture a couple more asteroids, some small ones. I'm not sure. So, conduct a high-resolution scan survey of Kerbin. For some reason we've completed this. Have we actually completed this? How much? Let's see, somewhere it says... Yeah, we haven't completed. There's still quite a couple of gaps, so... Close this place. Okay, biomap is progressing nicely. How is this going? Periapsis is going up. That's, well, not ideal, but it's okay. We will make the full burn and then have a decent periapsis, which may actually be to our advantage. If the periapsis is right about there, we might land closer to KSC. Let's see how this is going to progress. We can also arm the parachutes. Still 3 minutes to go. Let's try to accelerate this burn. Something or others down there, probably debris. Yes, 2 units of debris. Another one is up ahead, but that's far out. Let's see, our inclination is 0.084, that's not too bad. But we are too far north, probably. We'll see. We also dumped a little bit of our RCS fuel. Could have done this earlier. Yep, we are too far north. That's, well. Okay, let's go retrograde, surface, retrograde please. And let's go away, this way on the inclination. About there, might be okay-ish. And we have atmosphere interface. Let's see. Yeah, landing prediction will probably bring us short. No. Wow. We will be landing long. The prediction is wrong on this craft. But that was a spot on landing if it were happen according to the prediction. Which again it will not because of this craft, but not too shabby. Let's turn this a little bit more again. Starting to see the film effect a little bit. And probably by now MacJeb has also realized that we will be not landing. Yeah, we are landing farther and farther out. Even if we burn more of this fuel, it will not bring us on to KSC. Could try to increase our drag, but I think this craft is already cutting it close, so never mind that. Be able to see the periapsis wandering a little bit eastward. Yes. In any case, let's see. Hopefully the RCS ports survive today. Now that I remember more of this, we've had a couple of interesting landings with that particular craft. It's just way too aerodynamic. Let's say if we pitch other way. I don't think this will change much. And we have to be very careful with this one. Hi to the KSC. Another shooting star straight over the KSC. Something for the ground crew to look out for. Still going pretty much orbital speed here. That's yeah. This one really doesn't want to stop in atmosphere. Let's close this. Now we are finally seeing some drag, bringing us below the magic 2000. Normally I would time accelerate this entire part, but really this is so... Well, now the temperatures are getting better. Oh, and hopefully we don't snap the parachutes. That's another problem we might run into. Let's try to reduce speed a little bit more, even though it causes G-forces on our tourists. Okay. Now we are down to a safe speed. I think we could keep this open, but... Alright. How many G's? 6.4. Okay. Thankfully, none of the tourists lost consciousness, blacked out. Otherwise, we would lose the contract. Oh god. Okay. That's the first. I don't remember that ever happening. Well, now can we please get down to the surface? Okay. So hopefully we have now recovered Klauser, our engineer, who apparently had a medical condition, and also taken care of some tourist contracts. Let's see, first let's have a look here. Yes, this is all normal. We landed 130 off the coast. Klauser has no XP gain, probably because we updated the crew on the station once. The tourists have different XP gains. I have no idea why. In any case, Klauser has G-Force ribbon, G-Force 5, research, Mun EVA, Mun Orbital, Mun Docking, and solid fuel stuff. And let's have a look here. The contract for the Mun Station tourists and the medical emergency. Excellent. Let's save this. And let me have a look at the time. We are running just about 35 minutes, so let's see what else we can do a little bit. We will not manage this re-entry, that's going to take too long. Station core is still a day out. Anything else we can check up here? Let's see. Oh, Orbital telescope observations. Return it to Kerbin. How to get a lot more signs out of orbital, unfortunately going retrofit, yada yada. We could do that. We do have the telescope there. I don't want to rotate the entire crew, no. That one would be 54 science, that's a lot for now. We have something that returns from the Minmus Station. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens if we just perform. So let's read it. Has figured out that perform while docked with Minmus Station and then return the experiment to Kerbin. I guess we need to dock with a different craft. Complete, dock, form. Yeah, we will need a craft to dock with the station and then execute the observation and then return. Let's see this one. Biome, yeah, let's accept. Tourism Plus. Do we have any tourists for Minmus? I don't want to land with a tourist. 2 tourists for Mun Station. We just did that. 4 tourists to Minmus Station, that's too much. Although it would be lucrative, but right now we are not lacking money, so it's okay. I will wait for a different mission which has Minmus Station tourists, I guess. Yeah, we will have to wait for a different one, but I will still take this contract. Surface sample Mun Highlands to Mun Station. Yeah, I would like to, but not today. There's a new unmanned contract. E-flyby, no. Wait, what else was showing? Yeah, I guess that's all we can do for now. Unless we want to rescue somebody from Minmus and use that as a mission. Or send a craft there. Actually, we could do that. Or even this one. I don't want a craft, no. That's a 3.5 Jesus, no. Rescuing her, then landing on Minmus with whoever wants still has to go there. Would be an option. I'll think about that. And otherwise we could also just send a probe. Or this one. What's this? Surface outpost? No. I will have to think about that. Let me make a note. So Moon Rover is taken care of. The Clouder is taken care of. Minmus Station telescope mission. Okay. So let's see. Actually, from looking all these at these contracts, we are now pretty much close to 40 minutes. So unless we want to run over time again, I would say I will end the episode here. and we'll have a look at the other stuff next time. So until then, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any comments, leave them down below. And have a nice day. See you next time.